Hello, everyone. Today we've got an exciting chat lined up here actually at the Trading Pit. Please meet Francesco from Italy, a skilled trader who conquered challenges. Now, Francesco actually, he will walk us through his journey, sharing the ups, downs, and of course, his strategies. We're looking forward to that. So, Francesco, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Theo. Good morning, everyone.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. How is the
What
weather
about-
in Italy?
Not too good today. It's a little
Ah,
cold. What about
okay.
there? What about there?
Here is pretty much plus 18 degrees, so
All
no
right.
complaints at all. So, Francesco, uh, before we dive into your trading style strategies, because we're very curious to hear your knowledge and share your knowledge about that, I would like to really ask you, if you don't mind, what's your age? Because there are many people, they think that I'm too young to trade or I'm too old to trade and all this stuff. What's your
Yeah.
background? If you can introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you. And of course, how did you get into the trading world?
Yeah. Let me introduce myself, Theo. I'm Francesco Gallo. I am an independent trader. I'm the founder of Model Fee, which is a trading company, and I am a trader and asset manager for my fee venture and fee capital funds. And I'm taking a law. I'm at the end of in Italy, here in Italy, financial law. And I'm here today because I've knowing TTP through one of your referrals in a trading tournament, and I wanted really to try your prop firm to understand its adaptability and recommend it in my training company. Really good job. I'm 25 years old and I started trading more seriously in 2017.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, initially just a bit for fun. I saw my first chart from my neighbor's computer when I was 14 years old or something like that, while
Yeah.
he was using, trend line, and that were just lines for me at the time. I
Yeah.
did, I couldn't understand.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Really appreciate it. So you told us that you are trading since 2017.
Yeah.
And may I ask you, what's your trading style, just to make it more specific? Are you an intraday trader, or you look at the daily chart and take positions or 4-hour charts or something?
Yeah, I'm a day trader. Uh, I've always had one strategy for some time, but now I'm using two strategy. And
Mhm.
I must say that the test I'm doing using two strategy are bringing me a lot of satisfaction, because the first strategy physiologically trade a maximum of once a day, just if I find
Okay.
setup. The other one, the second one that I have imposed to myself,
Mhm.
can trade uh, a lot, can find a very I missed the word. Can have
That's
a
okay.
lot of trade in a day. So basically, I'm a day trader, but I can bring trade over few days sometimes. It depends from market condition.
So do you mean you perhaps keep the trade open for a few days uh, if that need by your rules and by your strategies, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, awesome. That
But most
sounds
of trade,
really
most of the
interesting.
yes, most of the trades are open and close in the same day. But it
Okay.
happens so often that I can bring them over the time. 2 days, 3 days at maximum.
Okay, awesome. So first thing we keep is that Francesco, a nice looking Italian personality, trade since 2017, and you are a day trader.
Yeah.
So uh, next, I would like to ask you. So when you trade, I know at some point we're gonna go to, you're going to share your screen actually, and you will walk us through how do you look for setups and all this stuff. But just to make an intro, do you trade price action, or do you use for smart money concept, or let's say volume trading, order flow? What actually do you look to trade?
I trade using price action concepts,
Mhm.
volumetric analysis concept,
Mhm.
but above all I base all my trading is on one word, which is expectation. Because I
Okay.
think that everything happens always where there is expectation.
Yes.
We talk about market, zero-sum financial markets made up of people. People with little capitals and people with immense capitals. People then who basically think differently, have different informations, and move the market differently. There are all factors strongly affecting the deductive logic used in my strategy creation process. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So that mm, maybe you look more at areas of support and resistance, maybe where the accumulation of activity is going to perhaps take place.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a multiple factor that I strictly follow. So
Okay.
I have my plan. I know what to see, where to see, and when to see, and then I
Awesome.
take action.
Perfect. Perfect. Francesco, do you consider yourself as a technical trader or a fundamental trader?
Yeah, I'm a technical trader. I pay even close attention to news. However,
Yes.
and over the time, I've learned to interpret it not on the basis of data, but as
Mhm.
I mentioned it earlier, on the basis of expectation and with
Yes.
the understanding that the real economy and financial markets do not travel in the same way. Markets first discount the news they expect.
Yes.
That's very, very interesting. It's all
Exactly.
about the word. If you analyze it, it's all about the word expectation.
Yep.
It's you have just to find it.
Perfect. That's very insightful, to be honest. Um, are you a trend? Can you say that you are a trend follower, or you are taking reversal trades, or you like to trade within um, established
Range.
range boundaries?
It depends on which strategy I'm using. I told you before that I've always used mainly that strategy, which is my first strategy. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is a trend following strategy. The other one
Okay.
that I started to use for since the last year is a mixed strategy. It's both mean reversal and trend following strategy. So it depends from market structure. It depends from the
Okay.
volume in the day. Depends from a lot of things that I have to analyze, which is the first thing that I do once I open my charts.
Okay, that's really interesting. And so you have a way to determine and define if here we have a trending market, here we have a ranging market. So we're going to maybe avoid, because in my experience as well, I saw that many traders, they get confused. They mainly they look for a trend on the 4 hour time frame, but when they drill down to the 15-minute time frame, they see totally different things, and that's where the confusion and the doubt arises. But I'm sure you're gonna walk us through about this
Yeah,
stuff.
I've created for my first strategy I was talking before. I've created a zero discretionary method to understand the bias. No, you know
Okay.
the market trend. I can't discretionary say maybe today is long, maybe today is short. I have a strict protocol. I see the charts, I see the candles, or even I see the volumes, and I know that
Okay.
today we are long, or today we are short, or today maybe we will be in range. But
Mhm.
this is the first things that I see.
Okay. Nice. When it comes down to major news events, like yesterday, Bank of Japan Bank of Canada reported interest rates. The day before, Bank of Japan. Today, we have the European Central Bank reporting interest rates. Do you consider these major or significant news events that they might going to affect the performance of market or futures currencies as important factors? So you either going to say, okay, today I'm not going to take any trades, or I'm going to go in because some fundamentals, they match with the technical today. So we have, let's say, high probability scenarios. How do you work around these events?
Yes, just like I mentioned before, I'm very careful because of the volatility excursion they bring.
Yeah.
But I have a definite plan and I know how to move and what to do in each situation. So um, 9 times to 10, I take a trade. I take a trade even if there is an high impact news coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without any.
In which time frame do you usually execute your trades?
Okay, it depends because I start for identify the bias, so the trend in 1 hour time frame.
Mm-hmm.
With the first strategy I was talking before,
Yeah.
but I execute always on 1 minute time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So in
Awesome.
every strategy I use.
Okay, great. Which markets? I was about to ask you something about correlation, but first I think it's more important to let the people know which market Francesco trades. Do you trade futures? Do you trade Forex? Do you trade
I
commodities?
trade futures and
Yeah.
CFD, but
Okay.
I'm a Nasdaq lover, if we can say
Ah,
that way.
there
I'm
we
Nasdaq
go.
because I trade in both way, algorithmic way and manual way.
Mhm.
Algorithmic way, I used to create with a team strategies. We have like
Yep.
a department of smart research
Yep.
in collab with a society, with a company that use IA.
Mhm.
So we elaborate ideas. They elaborate them with the IA, and I don't know because that's not my file of work.
Yeah.
And then we create algorithmic systems. In the manual way, I used to trade just on, like I was saying before, on Nasdaq. I work on a single asset, and because I always been convinced that maybe this is the secret, because the more you betray a single instrument, the more you learn about it.
Yes.
You can interpret its movements and train your visual memory,
Yep.
which it may not seem like it, but can lead to great insight that if they fall within the arbitrary decision area, and you should have one of your plan. So I think that's really, really important to focus on one pair, to focus on one asset, not for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, for years. I've been trading Nasdaq for years, so I know the
Yes.
I
Yes.
know it.
Yeah. It's that moment. I totally agree with you. I used to do that with the DAX 40,
Yeah,
German 30. And once you learn the character of the move, you understand their ranges, you understand when they are about to break out. I used
yeah,
to trade a lot with the Bollinger Bands. It's part of my trading strategy as well. But you get that feeling, the way you say, so people, they don't get it wrong, especially new traders, they will watch us. And when we say we kind of know what's going to happen, it's like we build that internal intuition,
yeah, yeah.
and we get that understanding that at many points you can't just explain it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you use indicators as part of your strategy? And if yes, can you perhaps name them and tell us in what sense do you find them useful?
Okay. I can say at price action level, I don't use indicators, just
Okay.
session indicator.
Okay. Yeah.
I just pay a lot of attention to specific levels, which are dictated by the time of the day. At volumetric level, I use volume profile
Mhm.
every day. Sometimes it depends from the strategy and from the situation. I use the footprint or order flow,
Mhm.
cumulative volume delta, and nothing more.
Okay. When you said sessions indicator, can you please explain so people perhaps they don't understand what do you mean?
I use an indicator which allow me to see graphically the ASEAN session.
Okay.
No, it's
Okay.
this is another things that I can suggest, um, because expectation is the first things, the important things, and
Mhm.
then is have something to refer to,
Yep.
because if you trade with something to refer to, you open your charts and you already with your mind you already know that you have to aim to something.
Yes.
It's something that works really fine at at your brain level, so I can suggest it.
Okay. Awesome. I asked you before in which time frame do you execute the trade. You said you execute on the 1 minute time frame and you start with your analysis on the hourly chart.
Yeah.
In any time frame between these two, is it something you're looking for
That's
on 30-minute chart, maybe 15-minute chart, or you just go straight from the hourly time frame down to the 1 minute chart?
No, I use for the first my mainly strategy. I use
Mhm.
1 hour time frame to find my daily trend, so
Yep.
I can understand which kind of trade I have to take, if I have to take long trade or short trade. Then I go to 15-minute time frame,
Mhm.
where I find my demand zone or supply zone, um, which is made in a really new way to do it, because it would be really long to to explain, but it's not the mainly way to find that demand or support zone, because everyone find that just by seeing the candles. I don't look to them. Uh, like I was saying before, expectations.
Yes.
If you see something, that has to have a sense. I don't
Correct.
just take a zone like that. And I'm not talking about volumes. That's not
Okay.
that's not about volumes. That's about why that movement. The first things I have to ask myself is, okay, that can be a reversal zone, but why? What happened here? Then I can go maybe through volume to better understand and make a scenario. Okay.
That's
Uh,
very interesting.
the more you are deducting what you're doing in the right way, the more is your edge. So don't just do something because, oh, there is a now it's like a trend, or has been a trend. Oh, there is an order block. You have to understand why. What
Exactly.
kind of zone is that? What happened here? What was the time we were maybe where when that zone has been created? Maybe we were in New York Open, in London Open. What happened there? What were the operators' expectations? You know, we every time we
Okay.
go back there, it's all
Okay.
about expectation.
That sounds really interesting. And you also made me curious now. So later on, when we share the screen, I'm sure we're going to get much better understanding of this point, right?
I have a trade open right now, so I can.
Okay. Uh, let's talk a little bit about risk management, and then we can share the screen. Okay.
Okay.
So risk management, we know that it's an important aspect of trading. Let's say either profitability, considering the losses occur, but a good risk management strategy, a good risk management plan can help the trader's edge at some extent. So usually, what is your reward to risk ratio? What's your measurements of taking rewards based on what you risk on each trade?
Mainly 1 to 3. I risk one
Mhm.
to take 3. It depends from market conditions. For my strategy, I never go below 1 to 2.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
that's
that's
important. Do you use the same reward to risk ratio when you trade also uh, reversal trades back to the mean?
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
Because I have my anchor points that I am to. So if I have from 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 risk ratio, I go through. Otherwise, just close my charts.
Okay. Do you look support and resistance as well, not to get caught in any sudden expectations by other traders?
So sorry, I have a little bit of delay. What you say?
I'm saying when you define your reward to risk,
Uh-huh.
let's say you are long on Nasdaq,
Yeah.
and before the price can make 2 to 1, there is a definable resistance. There is an area that you believe that it's going to attract a kind of volatility in the market. Would you consider not to take the trade because maybe it will never reach the 2 to 1, or you're going to take the trade, or how do you think
I
about
take
that?
the trade because I already know that, okay, let's try to see in another way. I take consideration if you see every support, every demand on the chart, you will never trade
Oh
because
yeah.
every 2 points there is a support or a demand. So you have to focus on what works for you, and what works for you must go through a process of the process which is the process of strategy creation with back testing, forward testing, stress testing, projections, Monte Carlo projections. There are a lot of part of this process. So you have to focus on what you have to see. For my strategy, I have to see my demand or support, and then my target, which is already known. I'm not just take the trade and then project my target to 1 to 2. That's not
Okay.
the way I work, and maybe that would be not good.
Yes.
I think maybe another one will show uh, uh, the contrarian. I think
Yeah.
that's the contrarian by using statistics. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
So
that works for
yeah,
me.
do you predetermine the take profit area as well as the stop loss before you enter the trade? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
the first visual the first visual things that I have on my chart is my take profits.
Mhm.
The first thing,
Okay.
I can see it clearly on the chart.
We know that many traders, they don't set profit targets,
I know.
and they end up going
I
through
had
many.
looked here. I had at the beginning of my trading journey, I had a lot of problem in manage my emotions, manage
Yeah.
my revenge trading. I talking about years ago. In manage my positions because I didn't know what a real professional trader do. I had to find something that could help me to adjust that part. So I elaborate this strategy that I've been improved over the years that allow me to open just a maximum of one trade a day. Physiologically, you can open just one trade at max one trade physiologically, and
Yep.
I know where to look for the area, like I was saying before. There is a discretionary part.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
have to work to make my brain work on it. But
Yes.
if you see it by another way, it's like an algorithm strategy. It's strange,
I
but
agree with you.
later I will try to make you understand what I'm saying.
But that comes with practice
Yeah,
and with the experience. So
years of
people,
experience.
yeah,
Years.
people,
That's
they are watching us and they might thinking, I just start my journey now in trading, and how I'm going to become like Francesco. We have to clarify that the the best way to go through trading is with an ongoing charting, trading, observation, understanding,
every day.
mistakes, errors, until you make yourself, until you understand how the market works for you.
For you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the perfectly right description. Right.
Awesome. So I think it's time to
Share
see
the screen.
actually what you do on the charts.
Okay, I
Huh?
can share the screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. This is my trade. I'm in, and that's what I was saying. What I do with this strategy is to look to 1 hour time frame,
Mhm.
and I find with a zero discretionary method um, what I'm looking for, the trend.
Yes.
I know, for example, that today we are short for some volumetric elements that I see with other platforms, and also for price action concepts. So once I know that, I go through 15 minutes time frame. That's my Asian session area I was
Yep.
talking about before. And I find my support or resistance area. Once I did that, okay, let's go here. Once I did that, I go on the 5 minutes time frame and I wait for the price to go in my zone. Once the price is in my zone, I just easily go in 1 minute time frame. I look better to my zone here on the left, and I wait for the evidence, the trigger moment. No trigger moment, so I have to wait. The price
So
again
which is
go
the
down.
trigger moment? People may
there
be
are there
thinking
are
now.
many because it's a volumetric trigger, so I can't show you.
Okay.
but it's here on the
Okay.
reversal. Once the price is here, my trade can be still valid until the price reach this level, the ASEAN session low.
Okay. So you mainly trade the European session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the price didn't get me my, my trigger and touch the level which is my take profit,
Yes.
no trade for the day.
Yes.
I close my chart. Stop.
Yes. And that's one of the most, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That's one of the most important things that I believe a new trader needs to understand as early as possible.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. That's the mainly point. Once you solve that, you are one step to the victory.
Yes.
So I've been waiting before our interview. The price right here went another time up, but within my area, gave me the trigger.
Yes.
And I've entering here. And that's how it's going on now.
Okay, so can you pause 1 second to ask you something? So at this, look at that. At this point here, you, if may I ask you, you didn't have your entry yet, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't have. I didn't.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I've add it here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I have to right now. There is also for this strategy a zero discretionary method to understand when to make it at break even. For example, right now I have to ask you 1 second because I have to break even my position.
Sure.
So I have to stop sharing the screen in this way. Okay.
Order placed.
1, 2. Okay, I can go back.
Okay.
Okay.
So we continue now.
Yeah, when I put my break even on TradingView charts, I just put this line here, this way with another color. So I can remember then when I make journal, my journaling, which is I think the most important things you can do in trading. Have a journal, describe your emotions, every single trade, even now, or maybe it's even more important now. Each trade that I take, I put it on my journal, and I have a second journal. I have 2 journals.
Okay.
The first one is just a journal of datas.
Yes.
The second one is a journal where I describe, and I use also for backtesting, where I describe my emotions. How I handle my emotions. If something goes out, what I have to do. And it's very, very good because at the end of each month, I look for that. I look for my past trades. I analyze them, and then I can improve my strategy. I can improve my approach, and this is another really, really important things that I suggest to everyone. Make 2 journals. Make 2 journals.
Okay, that's nice. That's really interesting. So note that down.
Is there anything else you want to see on the charts?
So no, mainly it's the way you trade, what you look on the charts. You explain it really well. Because you are using the trading view, maybe you can name few. What's the name of the indicator that you are using for the Asian session? Maybe people are interested in
Yeah,
that.
you can easily type here on indicator ASEAN session. There are something like 1,000 indicator. These are the same of this. I
Okay.
don't remember the exact name because if you see from that, you can't see the real name. I've never understand why. The name of the
Okay.
indicator from here is different from the name of the indicator when you research them.
Yeah.
But it's just like ASIN session indicator. You will find really thousands of that.
Okay. So your trading style, it's solely on Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only-
Trading futures.
Yeah, futures and CFD of Nasdaq.
Yes. Perfect. So if you don't want to share anything else with your screen,
No, it's fine. I think that I've shown the mainly points of the strategy. That's the way I work. That's what I look to.
yes.
Obviously, we have seen it from
Yeah.
the surface. Uh, the but the most important things is the logic deductive you have to use. What you learn and what I have learned over the year is not just what I have to do on my charts. Okay,
Okay.
I stop sharing meanwhile, but what I think is really important is, and that's the practice where the practice comes, and I can teach you my strategy in maybe 3 hours, 4 maybe. Okay, like I said, there is a discretionary part of that. Then it's something that repeat every day.
Yes.
But we will never make the same analysis, even if we have the same target, maybe the same zone, the same trigger. It's strange to say, but we will never trade the same way.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And
that's because I can see things that you can't see because of my experience and because of my experience with this strategy.
yes,
And,
exactly.
and this is something that you can't afford with 1 year of trading. That's when someone I don't aim a lot of my training school because I'm really busy to work on my funds, on my account, on my I told you before, fee venture and fee capital. I have 2 funds. I
Mhm.
fully focused on that. But when I'm facing someone that comes to me to see and say, I want to begin to learn trading. Everyone expects, we go back to expectation. Everyone expects that it will be not easy, maybe, but they understand that in 1 year they can be a full-time trader. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's simply not true.
You need some times and
It's
practice.
possible. Maybe sometimes if you are a genius, you fully focus 12 hours a day just on that. I don't think
Yes.
it's not so easy. It requires years. You can learn this strategy. You can learn this strategy in 3 hours, but maybe you will learn to use it in 2 years.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
insane, but that's the truth. And
Yes.
until you will find people that say you that you can do it so easily, you will never succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes time, it takes effort, energy, and of course, screening time. That's the most important. Francesco, honestly, thanks for sharing your screen. Now, as we approach the end of the interview, I would like to ask you a few more questions about the emotional part of the trader. Okay. And you said earlier that you keep two journeys. The first one, you record your trade activity, and the second one, you record your trading behavior.
Yeah.
So, and earlier you mentioned that it took you some time, like it takes to every one of us, okay, to go through the emotions of euphoria that they feel fairly quickly when you experience a couple of winning trades. It's just you go on the roof, you think that you're unbeatable in the market, but also the revenge trading. So we are always, and a trader needs to, in my opinion, needs to always learn how to live with these emotions. We cannot take them away from trading because we are human beings. We have to learn how to live with this. Now, I would like to ask you, do you recall a trade that it was painful, emotionally painful, loss? And also at the same time, do you recall a trade that it was one of the, you consider the best trade for you, maybe because of profits figures, maybe because of you were so disciplined and you enjoyed that trade? Can you tell us in a short way one example of each, please?
Yeah. Since I began to do this work seriously many years ago, since the first time I've been using the real money, I
Yes.
not mean real money, I mean a real big amount of money.
Okay.
I've never taken a big loss. I'm really strictly to my character. I'm, like I told you before, I've been improving this strategy that allow me to open just one trade because, like I showed you before, if the trend is the opposite, or if I take profit before I open the trade, there are no ways to open another trade for the physiologically part of the strategy. But I
Yes.
remember in 2021 that I had a big victory with a prop firm. For the time, it was the biggest amount I've seen, which was 66,000 in 1 month and a half.
Wow.
It was like
Congratulations.
yeah, a really big amount. And I was very enthusiastic, but just for one day.
Awesome. Awesome.
I told myself, okay, now stop. You can get yourself one day of this to feel and embrace these enthusiastic moments, then back to your lucidity. And that's what I.
Awesome. Awesome.
And then back to my lucidity.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Now, for conclusion, I have a few questions for you. The first one is, if you were about to start today from zero, but knowing what you learned in these 7 years of successful trading, what would you have done differently?
Okay, maybe I would have given less money, less account to those who promised me only so much money, like I was saying before, knowing now that those come with time, studying, like you said before, effort,
Yes.
hard work.
So it's not an overnight success.
Yeah,
In a simple
and
sentence, for
and
example.
that just some months for becoming rich.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's not the way this job works. If you want to do it in a professional way,
Okay.
much more is
So
needed. And
also, so
uh,
what's the number one piece of advice you will give to a new trader that comes to you and say, "Hey, Francesco, I want to become the trader you are today." What is the advice?
face your fear, believe in your dreams,
Okay.
never give up. But do it critically and with critical awareness. Be open. That's an important thing, I think. Be open
Yeah.
to other ideas and change yours if you think that's the right way to do. Always using your head.
Mhm.
Don't be, like a wall. Don't be like a wall. Find a real mentor, obviously, will show you certified results. The first certified results that show you what he or she does every day in
Yeah.
front of you, and don't settle for that 500 euro course from the guru Lamborghini. Aim for what is real this profession can give you.
Yes.
Improve your character, improve yourself, improve your method to handle your life. This work change your life.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, honestly, as we conclude our conversation with Francesco, we've honestly gained valuable insights into Francesco's trading world, obviously. Francesco, you highlight the importance of skill, determination, persistence, and strategic thinking in trading. Honestly, we appreciate generously that you share your experiences, the strategies that they work for you, of course, and the valuable lessons you learned. And guys, remember that trading is not just about numbers and charts. It's a journey that demands resilience, demands continuous learning, of course. And I'm sure that Francesco's journey has given you valuable takeaways and inspiration. So thank you for joining us here at the Trading Pit.
Thank you
Stay
too.
tuned for our following insightful discussions. Francesco, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.